It's like a website called Redbubble.
Oh yeah, I know that. I've gotten posters from that.
Yeah, they're dope.
Are they good?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
'cause
where I got all those
I have
stickers
about
from.
$135 worth of posters in my cart on that
Redbubble?
website. Yeah.
No, they have quality.
I wanted all different
Products.
sizes, so I was like trying to like figure out because I want to like put it on my wall in the
Yeah.
back.
No,
and I
yeah,
want them
it's
to
like-
all be different sizes.
It's really cheap and it's good quality.
because I'm not gonna sit there and like I don't want them to all be the same. That's too boring.
Yeah.
Like they're all like different heights. and
There's one
sizes.
that's like really I was gonna get like 2 really big ones and then like space them out, like put one a little bit higher than the other, and then like put stuff in between.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's
there's one where it's just like a Kanye tweet and it's like long, but really short, and then there's one that's like really vertical. There's ones that's like
Yeah.
square.
Dude, I got that Jason Tatum slam cover poster.
Oh yeah, that
Bro,
one's
it's
cool.
massive. It's like if this is the bottom, it's like this big.
Are you gonna put
Is
it
it
on
bigger
your door?
than you were expecting it to be?
Well, the thing is on eBay, I got off eBay for $20.
Yeah.
So it's like not like perfect clear. It's like a little fuzzy if you really look at it.
Oh, that's
Damn.
But okay, but I was flattening it out, like you know how you do that in your room, and like once it's put up on the wall, you can't tell. Like you have to be up close
Yeah.
to realize that it's like a
Damn.
little fuzzy.
I know, but wouldn't that would bug me so
I
much?
know. But
I
for
probably
20
wouldn't
bucks,
care.
because if I were to go on like Slam and buy it, it would be like $60.
$60, yeah.
So it's like for $20,
Still,
It's
bro.
good.
Like no, that's good.
and the
But
thing
it would
was,
just bother.
there was
me.
a so it said 36 by 24 is what it was on the eBay
Mhm.
thing, but when it showed up, it had like a 2-inch white gap on it. I
So
know.
you cut it.
So I'm gonna have to like get one of those, you know, like in elementary school, and they had those big like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
yeah.
get. I have one of those in my house. So I'm just gonna put it on there and just,
Yeah.
and then just cut the ends off of it and
Yeah.
frame it.
Because that's just like, if
Oh, it
you
was
frame it,
so-
you probably couldn't tell.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
you won't be able to tell once it's.
But
framed.
I would be like,
It was kind of
sending
annoying.
that back immediately.
What's nice about the vinyl records that I get, a lot of them come with posters too.
That's
so that's
true.
where like I have a bunch of posters in my room, and those most of those are from the vinyl
Oh really?
records that I get. Yeah, like that Mac, the Big Mac
Yeah.
thing, that was from vinyl. The ASAP Rocky, they're pretty small, but I mean it's still
Oh yeah, they're-
still cool decorations. to
How
have.
much do you think? You've like accumulated? How many records now?
I think
got
I
a lot,
have.
like, last
yeah,
year,
I've
too.
got like a little over 20 records now, probably.
it's pretty good.
It's a couple $100.
You're
One
gonna
of my
like.
friends
You need to
was,
get
like,
enough to like cover
65.
the wall.
That's what I'm trying to do. 65,
you saw,
Corey.
You saw his.
Yeah.
It was like $65.
Yeah,
Or not $65. 65 different
Right, yeah.
records. Like it was
Jeez.
crazy, bro. It barely. He had a container for it, and it was like overfilling.
Damn.
Yeah.
he's got a Channel Orange record.
He's got Channel Orange.
that
He's
his
got
favorite
like a
something?
Beyonce
I think-
trilogy
yeah.
record that's like worth like 120 at least.
Yeah, I'm
Is
jealous of
the
that.
Chanel Orange record like really hard to get or something?
Yeah,
But
I
it's
think-
also
I
a
think it's pretty
reprint.
rare.
It's a reprint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know Blonde is rare. Like
Blonde is-
Blonde,
I don't even know if
thousands
they
of dollars.
reprinted it.
I mean, I've seen some on Amazon or eBay, and
They also have like DHL and In My Room on vinyl, right?
I
just
think
the singles.
so.
Or no, was that the side A, side B thing that he did with like Haciendo?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know if that's on vinyl or not though.
I think it's cool that they like have redone the record players too. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can buy like really old looking record players, but they're brand new.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's cool.
They don't make it. They're not making any vinyl right now. They're like the material or something is
Really?
very, very limited. Like Tyler, the creator, was talking about he wanted to release his album on vinyl, but he actually could not without losing
Damn.
like a shit ton of money because
It's
they can't sell
so-
them for $30. I don't think anymore.
Jeez.
And
So,
and
uh,
like
that's
whoever
materials,
whoever makes
rare
vinyl, like because of COVID, it just really took a hit.
shit. Damn, that sucks.
So record stores could go out of business. You think?
No, I would say because record stores, it's more about the rarity. It's more
Yeah.
like a collectibles store if you think
Yeah.
about it. It's not like they're getting every single new vinyl and putting it on the shelf.
Mm.
So if anything, like the vinyl that you bought like in 2019, or if you happen to get some in 2020 of like, like let's say you got Modus Vivendi 070 Shakes album on vinyl, I feel like that would be worth a lot of money because they're not printing any right now.
Mm.
I don't know what's with. Tyler put his album on cassette tape
Really?
Really?
instead of vinyl.
That's,
like
it's probably
who would-
That's
cheaper
still
right now.
probably cool though. Like
it was
that's
only like
a
$10 for a cassette and then like $10 for a CD, which like
Damn.
But it was because I think he had to put it on cassette because he couldn't put it on vinyl.
Yeah.
I think the only album that I've seen that was on vinyl recently is, I know Justin Bieber's new album was on vinyl. He posted something about it.
But was that when
He released that in 2021.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know. There was something that like Tyler was just talking about, like how he couldn't do vinyl with that.
That's crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because vinyl is such like a, like it's still a big industry.
Well,
like,
it's making a comeback.
Oh,
It
yeah.
used to not be
it's
very
because I think
popular.
they're like remaking all the record players.
Yeah.
Record players are way easier to get now.
I think it's just because people got tired of like they wanted to support an artist, but also have like a physical media to
That's
collect.
true.
It's more like if you like sports, if you really like sports, you're gonna collect sports cards.
Mm-hmm.
If you really like music, what do you really have to collect? You used to have vinyl to collect, so I think they brought it back for that purpose
Yeah.
because people were like,
Because now you can just stream and it's like just all on your phone.
exactly.
People
and
want
you have
something
no physical
physical.
connection.
Yeah.
Also, I was thinking about this the other day. Like back in the 70s and 80s, they did not like have playlists.
Yeah.
And maybe not even really in the 90s you could like burn a CD and make a playlist, right? That way. But like it wasn't more than 12 songs.
They just listen to the albums.
That's what I'm saying. And
Like,
I think
they just
I've been listening to a lot more albums recently. I think it's
Yeah.
a very pure way to listen to music.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very pure.
because you can just indulge yourself into one piece of work at a
And
time.
they all like are connected. It's like telling a story.
yeah,
But sometimes
it's cool.
I definitely say that like listening to an album, and then kind of listening to every track that's on the album, even though there's probably skips, not hip hop albums necessarily, like not like trap music. I
Yeah.
wouldn't listen to a trap music album. Like when Lil Baby drops an album, I don't sit there and listen to the whole thing.
You probably just shuffle that and pick
I
which-
shuffle it and
yeah.
I skim
Oh.
through.
I saw this. Okay, I have a question because I saw this on TikTok and I thought of both of you. Okay, the question is if Travis Scott released Utopia, Drake released Certified Lover Boy, Kanye released Donda, and Kendrick Lamar released another like full album, who would sell the most on the same day? Like if they all released on the same day, who would sell the most?
I think Kanye has the most hype out of anyone right now.
I think it would be Drake.
Or Drake
See,
would
but
probably be second.
I'm vouching for Kendrick here.
Yeah,
and it's only
because
because
it's been so long since he's
because-
released an album.
It's been a while, but also he seems to just do numbers like nobody else.
Yeah.
Drake does numbers, but he also releases a lot more music than
Drake
Kendrick.
hasn't released in a long time either, though.
Drake?
When was the last time he released?
He released an EP and
he had that
mixtape,
little EP.
Yeah.
and before that he did the Take Care package, which was
Yeah.
already music that was out. He just,
But he hasn't released a
needed to do
full
that.
album since Scorpion, right?
I mean, Dark Lane Demo was definitely like an
It was
album, but
probably
it wasn't an
considered-
album.
Yeah.
It was he called it like an EP or a mixtape or something.
How many songs were on that? Like it could have been easily
Full
an
album
Yeah.
length? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like
I don't
15.
know I don't know about Travis Scott either. Travis Scott does numbers, but I don't think he competes with other three right now.
Oh, there's no way. If he dropped an album at the same day as Kanye's blowing him out the water.
I think so too.
Because
Unfortunately.
Kanye's music is
even though
more
Kanye
appealing.
releases the most out of everyone, I feel like.
Kanye released the most out of anyone. I think it's Drake.
Really?
Yeah.
Or
Drake,
Travis.
Kanye
I mean,
does-
Travis
Drake
releases a lot
Drake
of
shoots
features
for a
too.
release every single year.
Kanye, he doesn't release singles or EPs. It's
Yeah.
always just a straight
that's
up
true.
album for him.
Travis Scott releases the most then because he's on features and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
He does release a lot of music with features, but Drake is always on. Drake is on like a feature every 3 weeks.
Yo,
at
did
least.
y'all see that one song that Drake was featured on? It was called like Smiley or something, but he
I
was
showed
like
that
really
guy.
he
good.
showed it to
His
dude.
feature was like amazing, and the other guy's
Yo.
song was so bad.
He told me to play it in the car. I think I got like 10 seconds into the song and skipped it. And
Dude,
it
I
was-
saw. I was like,
And I was like,
what
just
is
go back,
this?
just go back
Yeah.
for the chorus.
Like,
bro.
how is this guy paying Drake?
because
to have
he's a
feature?
Toronto rapper.
He's
right?
actually pretty
Oh.
big in Toronto,
Damn,
and
That's how we
OVO
got Drake
signed
on
him.
it. Yeah.
So Drake was like, "Let me give you a feature,"
damn.
and that's $1 million feature right there.
Why would Drake like listen to that song and be like, "Oh, I want to feature this"?
You realize that's $1 million feature
Yeah.
though?
Yeah.
That's insane to wrap your head around. That guy just
For
signed to
free.
OVO and probably got a free feature from Drake.
for
and
free.
it's normally
And it
like
was a shit song.
if Travis gets Drake on a feature, it's $1
Yeah.
million.
Do you think if like those level of guys get on a song together, they still pay the feature amount, or do they just
Dude,
like
have to? Yeah. Nobody in the industry works for free. Someone was saying like
Or do you think that they would just say, "Yo, like, give me the percentage of it"? Because we talked
You
about
could.
that. Because those level of guys, like, they're gonna be making way more money than $1 million if they get a cut of the.
I mean,
think.
it just depends. So, like, I researched it a little bit because I saw a TikTok about a producer that got on the newest Drake single. The one he released, like, I forget which one it was. It was the producer of the newest Drake single. And people were like, "Oh, did you get paid for that?" And everybody in the comments was like, "Of course he did." Like because he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, if you get a feature or placement that big from that big of an artist, you're gonna, you should do it for free because you'll get clout." And that's not really how it works. You still get paid.
Like, think of
Because
Sicko
technically-
Mode. Do you think Drake was like, "Oh, I want $1 million," or do you think he was like, "Oh, I want a cut of that"?
It could have been.
profits.
It could have been
Because,
where
dude,
he got
He would
a
have
got
made
of the profits.
like a ton more than that if he
If he
would
got
have
it.
taken the
Yeah.
percentage.
streaming though. Like,
Bro, that was one of the like. That was
No,
one
yeah,
of the
no,
biggest songs
streaming
in the
it probably
world
made
for,
more
like, forever.
more than a million. But I'm saying on a normal song, like
Yeah,
first of
true.
all, how are you gonna know what songs blow up and what doesn't?
Well, I'm only talking about
You
like
know.
if Drake is featuring like Travis Scott and that level of other artists.
yeah,
Like,
I
he's
mean,
not gonna do it if he's with like someone like the Kid Laroi or like lower level people.
yeah, I mean,
If you're with the
It
top of the
definitely could
top,
be.
I don't know. Like, I bet
I'd
some of
rather
them are
take
like,
a cut.
oh, they're might gonna take a cut.
Yeah.
they definitely do. They definitely negotiate that. And when like even with producers, for example, if you get a placement or your whole entire beat gets used by a rapper, you can either say like. You can even take up to 50%. You could say, I want 51% of the song because I was the songwriter and the producer, and I helped,
Most of
formulate
it is
song.
the producer.
Because songwriting, 50% of the songwriting is actually the beat. Like, songwriting isn't just lyrics, right?
Mhm.
So, I mean,
I
there's
thought-
a lot of people that sell their beats, and they take 51%. So the artist, so then they also have, like, final cut of what happens to
I thought that was an
the
interesting
song.
question. I know that would probably never happen because they would all not want to release on the
Yeah.
same day because that's just not
Well, I don't
smart.
think. I think Drake was gonna release around the same time as Kanye,
really.
and
Well, who knows
just
when
being
He said
Kanye's
the
honest,
gonna
album's
release.
done.
he said the album's done.
Who knows when Kanye's gonna release now?
It's supposed to
Dude.
be Thursday.
I'm not. It's supposed to
I
be
saw this-
Thursday.
I saw this other video saying that every Kanye album has been like late by at least 100
Oh yeah, I
days or
saw
something.
that. I'm not gonna believe that the album's actually out until I'm 5 songs into it.
Yeah.
when he if he releases it.
Yeah.
Because
There
that's
were
like
he had I
I'm
don't
honestly-
think Yeezus was late.
I'm honestly more excited for Drake's album though.
No.
That's just me personally.
Well,
yeah,
I'm not a big Kanye.
Kanye-
Did you
fan.
hear all the snippets though
Of what?
from Kanye's album?
Yeah, but I've
Okay.
also heard snippets of Drake's album,
Yeah.
and me personally, I'm just not the biggest Kanye fan.
Yeah, I don't
I mean,
like.
I like his songs,
Yeah,
but I'm more of a fan of Drake.
I don't like listening to snippets. Like if I see a snippet,
hate it,
I
yeah.
hate
That's true.
ruining
It
the
ruins
experience
it,
for
yeah.
myself.
Like I saw the Don Toliver snippet and I was like, that is just beautiful, but it also ruined it because I knew I would get there in the album and just
Yeah.
be like,
Oh, I've heard this before.
Also,
like,
Y'all knew that Kanye's like staying at the
yeah, he's in the Ben
Mercedes-Benz
Stadium right now.
that's
Did you
funny.
see his room? It looks like a prison
they're,
cell.
they're saying it looks like a college dorm. Like,
Yeah.
oh, when I move into
They're
college,
saying
His
he's
mattress
paying
is on the
$1 million
floor.
a night.
Yeah, I saw
That's
that too.
insane.
$1
$1 million
a night.
it's like
That's
the-
why he probably wants
it's
to
like a,
release it earlier too.
It's probably like where some of the staff is like in the room like during a game. Like it's like one
Yeah.
of their like green rooms or something.
Well, he
Someone
was.
said Matt Ryan on the way into practice.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the Falcons quarterback on
I
the way
saw
into
it.
practice saying, "Hey Kanye," and it's
Mm-mm.
like, "Shut the fuck up."
Well, he had that listening party, and he was wearing, and then the next day he was wearing the same clothes at like a soccer game that was at the stadium.
Oh yeah.
And
well,
he
he's
was
probably
just
got
there.
multiple of the same outfit.
No, I think it was the same exact clothes he was wearing. Like he did not change. I
Mm.
feel like he's just hasn't slept.
he just
at
doesn't
all.
shower.
Yeah,
just like
I don't know.
he's roughing it out until he finishes the album.
That'd be funny. But he
Why
has
is
so
he-
many.
he's
He has a lot
also-
of features. On
He's also wearing that like mask.
Mm-hmm.
Like he
Like,
looks like he has pantyhose on his
yeah.
face.
Yeah.
He's
creative
very
expression, I
creative.
guess.
That's the thing is that like if he does something like that, nobody's gonna be like, oh, that's weird.
I think the
Everyone's gonna
reason
think of it as like him being creative, which is
he does get
crazy.
hated on though all the time. Gets
Yeah.
called crazy.
But if anyone knows like Kanye West, I'd be like, oh, like that's like just him.
Like he's been like this. This isn't
Yeah.
anything new.
all creative geniuses are a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like honestly, who is the biggest influence in the 90s for music in general? Probably Kurt Cobain. Man was
Mm.
fucking crazy. Same with Same with Kanye has influenced hip hop more almost than anybody in the 2000s, and he's a little crazy, but it's okay. You can still be a genius and be crazy. It happens all the time. Even if you look at like artists, painting artists, like back in early 1200s, 1300. I don't know if Bob Ross.
He
was
wasn't crazy. He was just. I think he had a different view on life.
Oh, he did.
And people probably thought it was a little odd. I don't know.
I don't know anything about Bob Ross.
You want to know something? We did not intro this video.
Should we do that now?
We gone for 15 minutes and we
Have we
haven't
actually?
Just put it at the beginning. It's fine.
I was like, bro, we never introed this video.
Welcome to the Foers podcast, everybody.
It's been a while, guys. It's been a few weeks.
We just don't have a
We
good
haven't been
schedule
on
in
a-
the summer.
Yeah, when we're home for the summer, everyone's doing their own thing, going on vacations and stuff. So it's hard to get together.
Once we get
Going
back
on a
to
vacation.
school, we'll have our new set and we'll be on a schedule.
I'm ready for that. I'm
excited.
ready to have a schedule. I want to like wake up at like 8 in the morning every day and like go work out and then go to school and then like
Yeah,
like,
luckily
I want my like routine.
I'm
back.
glad this semester I didn't take a 7 a.m. class.
I didn't either.
Do you
7
know
a.m.
what you're taking?
workout class. Yeah, I think I start at like 9:30 or 10 every day.
That'd be great. I just don't have my classes yet.
I don't go to school past like 1 either.
I've got
That's
2 online
amazing.
Which
classes
is nice.
somehow.
Really?
Like
say?
they only offered online for 2 of the classes.
Yeah,
and
there's
Really?
one of them that's
Yeah.
online. Yeah.
Really? They said
We still have
so.
Friday
Our
classes,
school,
which sucks.
we all go to Texas A&M. They were saying that our school would be like 90% in person.
No, it's
or something.
Well, I think it's just
I don't know.
the way I don't think it's because of COVID.
It's not because of COVID. I think that's how it's been for the
Oh wow!
in the past.
So
for
you're
the same
taking like
class.
12 in person and or something.
I think
Yeah.
I'm
12
taking
in person,
15
yeah.
because the amount of
taking-
credits that I had to when we transferred, like I
Yeah.
had to take at least 15 every semester, and I have to take summer
Mm.
school classes again next summer.
There was
That's
one
fun.
To
class.
transfer on time,
Yeah.
that's what I have
Yeah.
to do. If I wanted to go another semester, I could not do that. But
There was one course that only had one class and it filled up, so I couldn't
yeah.
take it. And I was
You
like,
just
what the
gotta
fuck?
contact your advisor.
Yeah.
They'll.
And some of the classes, like you
Scoot you in
can't
there.
take certain, like they don't offer it certain semesters. Like you can only take on the spring.
Yeah,
And
no,
I was
that's,
like, what the
that's,
hell?
Yeah, it's for
Because they made us
scheduling
do
classes.
that. They made us
yeah.
do that. Thing where you schedule out the rest of your time at A&M.
That's stupid.
Dude, I'm getting.
And half the times you can't even like
I know.
do it on that time. They just like, okay, you have all the classes those dates. Doesn't
Yeah.
mean you can actually do it then. I was messed up. It's
Because
stupid.
It's not even the major I'm doing now. But I know
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some 8 a.m.s this semester, probably
that
unless
7
I try
a.m.
it online.
7
That
a.m.
was-
cycling class.
I'm
Do not ever do that. If you're in college, do not ever think that you're gonna get up and be productive.
Yeah.
You will
It was
not
on
do
a
it.
Wednesday though. If it
Monday
was on a
and Wednesday.
Monday.
Yeah, Monday. Yeah, that's rough.
Mondays
That's
Mondays
rough.
were online though.
Oh, that's
Like,
not as bad. But
But it
still
wasn't
getting
because
up
of
at
COVID
7.
because those classes like they do
Yeah,
a classroom version on Mondays and then the Wednesdays are the days you work out.
I'm taking the same class, and it's a volleyball class. I'm
Oh, you
so
see,
See,
excited.
that's
running?
better.
Yeah, I'm not doing
Cycling?
running. Dude.
That was
Dude,
funny. I took
cycling
I took my running
kills you.
class.
Cycling
Yeah,
kills you.
Cycling, yeah.
And we had to wear masks. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Oh yeah, that's.
We had to
that's
wear
tough.
masks while in this hot ass room, and I'm literally the only dude in there. And
Damn.
no offense, but the girls in there were like, not my type. They were like,
I wasn't
not-
vibing with the girls.
I was like expecting to be in there and be like, oh, like these hot girls or whatever.
You got to take a
Mm.
yoga class for that. You can't take
It's
cycling.
I was in there like, fuck. And I
you
had to sit
you,
there
you
with
walked
a
in the
mask.
first day and you're like,
I had
God
to get a
damn it.
mask on, and I was sitting there sweating my ass off, and
Damn.
like it was awful.
Yeah, you took that running class, and what was the final you had to do? Run 3 miles or something?
That wasn't even a final. That was
Dude.
so every week we had to. It was a 12-week class.
Yeah.
No, 16-week class.
Uh,
And every week we had to do a workout.
yeah.
And so like, it was running.
Dude,
And I
had
ran
to
maybe
record this
twice.
dude running once.
I
had to
ran
record-
maybe twice. That was the easiest workout out of,
Dude,
any,
that
of,
was
out
so
of any
dumb.
of them. But
Yeah.
I ran maybe twice, skipped all the other ones, and had Adam run like twice.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
ran like 3 miles for you.
Didn't we
one
Yeah.
run
time.
together? But when you ran, you did it for him.
Yeah, I was doing it for
Oh.
him.
Yeah.
And your
And-
teacher she's like, yeah, this definitely wasn't you that ran it.
But she
right?
still gave me credit, and I got an A in the class, even though I skipped.
How
I
did she
skipped
know it
10 of
wasn't
the
you?
workouts because the fucking mile time was like.
Yeah, I went too fast. I went way too fast. I was
Miles-
feeling myself, man.
Miles, she was like, you haven't done a workout all year.
And you just ran like a 7:30 pace for
Yeah.
3 miles, and she was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, that
Damn.
definitely wasn't you."
Yeah, but she was like, I don't think this is you, but it's in the end of the year, so I don't care. And then gave me full credit, and I got an A, even though I skipped all the workouts, so I got zeros for them. But they accounted for like 5% of the class, and the rest of the class was just these like stupid I mean, to be honest, it was middle school level. Like, I could have done that class in middle school.
Yeah.
And even done better because I would have done the workouts.
Yeah.
Well,
in
the
middle
fact
school.
that I had to sit on our street and record this man for like 10 seconds just running
Just
past
running
me.
down the street.
Like, it
I
literally
saw
took
that
10
video.
seconds.
Yeah.
No, and that was like a project grade, like 70 points.
See, he comes up to me in the house. He's like, "Hey, Preston, can you record me running?" I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I just gotta run by you for a second." I was like, "Dude."
But that accounted for like a ton of my grade.
Just that 10-second video.
Just
of
him
running
running
It
down
past
the
me.
literally
He's like-
took 5 minutes. And she goes, and she was like, I have allotted a whole week of time for you guys to do this project. And I was like, you just had to write a paragraph and record yourself running. And I wrote the paragraph in maybe 5 minutes.
Teachers are like always giving us so much time to do like
Dude, when we went
such
online,
little.
they're like, I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to be a burden here. But here's this assignment, and it takes you like 10 minutes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they're like, you have 2 weeks to do it.
We're fucked now that we're going in person though.
Yeah.
Bro.
I think a lot of
this.
people are gonna struggle.
Okay,
in
this
person.
is
You
this
can't
is
cheat on any tests. You can't do any of that. I'm not saying we did, but
this is
Yeah,
odd.
We're
This is odd, but get this.
Yeah.
I was listening to one of the GCISD things, and they were saying that they normally have a rate of 7th graders failing the STAR test, the math STAR test.
Mhm.
They usually have a rate of like 20%. And last year, like when they went back to school and they took the
it
STAR
was like
test in person,
0%.
no, 50% of the students
because they had to
failed.
do it in person. 'Cause
7th
they-
grade.
Everyone cheated.
Oh.
In
online.
7th grade, bro, 50%
Yeah.
of the students failed in
Dude,
GCISD.
if you
That's
think
crazy.
7th graders are gonna actually do their work online, dude, like you're just an
Yeah.
idiot.
I wonder
High-
what those
college
Zoom
people
calls
don't
were
even do
like.
their work.
I wonder what those Zoom calls were like.
Imagine being a
with, like,
kindergarten teacher during COVID,
Mm.
dude. Like imagine having to sit there
I feel like
on
they did
Zoom
not.
with a bunch of like 20 kindergartners trying to teach
I
them.
feel like with kindergartners, you as a parent, you basically had to step in and
Yes.
teach your kid how to read.
Yeah.
Like you learn how to read in kindergarten.
They're
You
just
learn some
homeschooled
basic.
at that point.
and all the kids that were like born during COVID or like really young, like one,
Mhm.
like they haven't seen the world.
That's weird too.
true.
Like I see this all over social media. Like, oh, this COVID baby was like 1 when it started, and now he's like 2.5.
Mhm.
Like they haven't seen like malls,
Yeah.
or they haven't seen like big crowds or like a baseball game or anything like that.
But we're just younger
wow.
kids in general. They're used to everyone wearing
They're
masks
just like
in
stuck
public.
in the house, and they
Even
don't
if you
know
were
what
like
anything
5,
is.
you wouldn't really remember anything before COVID. Like think
Yeah.
about that. If
Yeah.
you're 5 and then now
That's what
you're
I'm
like
saying.
7,
Yeah.
that's a good part
Like,
of
we
your
were freshmen.
years.
We were
Yeah.
freshmen when this started, and now we're juniors.
Yeah.
And it's still happening. Like they're like
Yeah.
California, people have to wear masks there now. There's a new mandate for that.
There's
rough.
never gonna be. I don't think there's ever gonna be a time where like there's not gonna be no mask anywhere.
Oh, I think there will be 100%.
Eventually, hopefully.
I mean,
See, I think
hopefully,
it should
but
be.
don't
I
know.
think so. If you look at like Japanese culture, they were wearing masks
They were
far
doing masks
before,
a long time.
They were,
far
yeah.
before COVID. But
Yeah.
it was only when if you woke up and you had felt like you had a cold that day,
Yeah.
you just put on a mask as common courtesy.
Mhm.
And I think Americans would never do that.
Mm-mm.
No one
But
gives a shit.
I do think like if I did that and I have to go to class next year, I think I'm gonna do it. Like if I wake up and I have a little bit of a sniffle or something,
People
Because
won't judge
People
you
will
now.
look at you like you're a ghost or something if you're wearing a mask
Yeah.
in class, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Texas
just
is like
think
it's-
that I think that like because now they're like, oh, if you get sick, you need to stay home, right? That
Mm.
was the thing after COVID, and it's still the thing. Like they're gonna want you to stay home this year if you get sick.
Mm.
And I think that A&M is or like universities are going to allow you to have more absences if you get sick because they're all worried about it.
Mm.
But I think what I'm gonna do is if I have a cold, I'll just wear a mask because supposedly if the person that's sick wears the mask, it's way better than the people like the person that isn't sick is less likely to catch something if they don't wear a mask, but the person that is sick is way more likely to transmit the disease if they don't wear a mask. So, I mean, I'm okay with it. I don't really care if people look at me. If people asked, I'd just be like, oh, I just like have a cold good, right now. Like, I don't want to get people sick.
Who cares if people like look at you, bro? Now, like,
I don't.
I don't give it. If something embarrassing happens to me in public, I really like. I just brush.
If I shit my pants in public, I would definitely be embarrassed.
That's different.
That's okay. Yeah, that is different. But like
shitting your pants in public and wearing a mask in public are like not in the level of the same.
A few years ago, I used to be so self-conscious about like how I acted in front of people in public, but now I really just don't give a flying shit.
No,
you're not going to see anybody.
Yeah.
I had an experience today. You ever see somebody that like but like maybe not well enough to go up and say hi?
Yeah.
And like
tons of times
you kind of make eye contact, but then
it's
you like
awkward.
Look away,
yeah.
and then like I did this today, like at the gym, made eye contact, looked away, happened to look back because I was like, whatever, and then I was just like, so.
And it's just like so awkward.
But I didn't go up and say hi. I'm not gonna go and talk to that person.
Do you think it's better to just go up to that person and like say something, or just like ignore them?
I didn't have time today, but I would definitely go up.
Like if you were to see them, is it better to just go straight up to them? Yeah. Or wait to have that awkward encounter and then just like not say anything, or like have that awkward
because that's happened to me too, where like you don't say anything but you end up like kind of way too close to not say hi.
And then after you have that awkward interaction, it's like too late to like go up to them and not be weird, you know?
See, I would argue that I think the best course of action is to just go straight up to them and be like, hey, what's up? Like, how you doing?
Because you skip all the weirdness.
Yeah. Well, if you just act confident, then nobody's gonna like.
That's true.
They're not gonna go back to their friends and be like,
to do.
And be like, yo,
it's so hard to do.
I saw this person today, and they come up to me and said hi. They're gonna respect that you said hi. I think. What would more likely happen is like you see somebody and you don't say hi, but you make the awkward eye contact, and then they'll be like, yo, like I saw this person at the gym today, and they just didn't come up and say hi to me.
It still probably does depend on who it is.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't approach girls at the gym. I just don't do it. Because I think
you don't want to make them uncomfortable.
Even if I know, unless it's like one of my good friends.
If it's someone you know, I don't think it's a problem.
No, it's not. I don't. If it's someone you know, like, well, just go up and say hi.
Yeah, I personally just, if I know them
because if you go up to them, they're not going to think it's some random.
Like if I hang out with them, if I know of them, and it's a girl. If I know of them and it's a guy, I definitely go up. But if I know of them and it's a girl,
if it's a girl that you don't necessarily hang out with, but you've like talked to before and like know who they are. And if you go up to talk to them, it's not weird. Like, I think it's fine because they're not going to think it's some random dude coming up trying to hit on them.
But I would argue that, like, let's say I know of them and I've maybe had 2 conversations with them in my whole life. I'm not going up to them because to me the gym is like, to me the gym is, I don't want to be bothered at the gym most of the time unless I see one of my homies. And even then, most of the time it's like I want to get in and get out in like an hour 20 minutes. So I don't want to be bothered. And for a girl especially, I don't want them to feel like, because we're in the gym setting, that I'm hitting on them because of their body or something. Like I don't want that at all.
Yeah.
So if I were to see someone in the parking lot going into the gym, that's different. At a restaurant, I think it's different. But at the gym, I'm just like, nah. Yeah. Unless if I'm like talking to that person regularly, it's fine. But I just would. That's just my opinion. I don't think it's rude either way. Like, I know guys that would definitely do it. I just get. I think I would get weirded out if I were a girl.
But yeah, at the gym in C-Stat, like, there's a bunch of college kids there, but there are also older people, and I see them go up to girls our age all the time, and they're like, I can obviously tell the girls are uncomfortable, and I just feel so.
Dude,
bad.
I saw that happen too at Planet Fitness, and I almost stepped in one time. Like, I almost was like, "Hey, how are you?" Like, did you know?
I thought you're their boyfriend. Or something. Like,
yes.
What's up? Sweetie?
Because it was a like 55-year-old man and a college girl, and he was like in a weird, like, definitely a flirtatious body language position, and I was just like, "This is not like okay." It just you could tell she was like trying to back away and like very like closed off.
Yeah.
So it looked so uncomfortable, and I just wanted to go up and be like, "Hey, how are you? Good to see you." Like Like, do you want to come talk over here? Or something?
Do you, Adam,
like,
do you remember that
save
dude
somebody.
when we were at the bar in Fort Worth? That guy that was
Yes.
the older dude that was with that.
He
that
was
girl.
dancing with like 3 other girls
And
that
he
night.
was like, dude, like he was old.
He was in like he it looked like he just came
but
from
did the
work.
girls
He was-
want to dance with them, or?
Okay, the girl was
knows?
like, she was pretty drunk,
Oh yeah.
Oh, so
and he was
yeah.
like holding her and like dancing with her.
It
and
was
It
weird.
was a huge age gap. Like she was our age,
Yeah.
and he was obviously older.
Yeah.
And like we were like weirded out.
She didn't go home with him. Luckily.
She didn't because
Like,
we saw
oh,
him
yeah.
after. When we were leaving, we saw
and
him
he was
outside.
by himself. Yeah.
I think also if you're 50 and going to Shiner, or if
Yeah.
you're 50, well, maybe not Shiner. If you're 50 and going to like the hip hop clubs, I mean,
Just-
it's different. If you're with a group,
wasn't
yes,
even-
If you're by
but if
yourself,
you're going alone
Yeah.
He
as a
wasn't even
man,
okay because the bar we were at is like a country hip hop bar. It's
I would say it could be an older
and he
crowd.
was
type
not
of
dressed
bar.
up for like a country.
no, he was in work
was wearing
clothes. He
black
was in a
slacks and,
button
like,
down
dress
slacks.
shoes.
Yeah.
I think you should just go to like the Chili's bar if you're 55 and single and you want to meet a woman.
Yeah,
Go to the
Yeah.
Chili's
it
bar.
was like
Go to
obviously,
like
I'm not gonna assume things, but it was just we just had a weird feeling about it.
No, and like you can tell people like that, they're just on the prowl.
Yeah,
And
it's just like
it's
yeah.
they give off that vibe
Mhm.
of like this
Yeah.
is not okay.
It's very. I feel really bad watching that.
I don't
Yeah,
mess with
it's
it.
scary, dude.
No, I don't.
Did I ever tell you about the? Speaking of Shiner, did I ever tell you all about the crackhead that I
Mm-mm.
had an interaction
Were
with?
you
outside
dashing
of
or
Shiner?
something?
When?
I was door dashing, and
When was this?
What?
in like
No.
February or March, and I had
What
my
the?
windows
You never told the story.
because it's funny. I put it on my story.
Oh, okay.
There was a like I had my windows down and I was playing music, and this crackhead comes out of nowhere right by Shiner. Like, maybe not a crackhead, definitely like didn't have a
On
home.
something, maybe.
Seemed like he was on something because man just came up to my car and then just started like doing Fortnite dances to my music, and I was loving it. Like I like rolled down my window even more and was like
Yeah.
cheering him on, and I was like go like to the
What
beat,
the
and he
hell?
was literally like clapping and like doing Fortnite
DoorDash
dances.
dances.
Like legit Fortnite dances, and then I had to drive away. But I was like, I didn't even know there were crackheads outside of Shiner.
Dude, there's crackheads everywhere. Probably.
No, I've never seen him before, and I was like, damn, like I felt bad, but at the same time, I gave him a good time with my music. I guess I don't know.
There was one time I was in the line at Chick-fil-A, and you know how most Chick-fil-A's have 2 lanes when you're going through the drive-thru. I had my windows down too, and I was playing music, and there was this guy next to me. It was a dad, and then he had like 2 younger kids in the back, and they rolled their window down, and I made eye contact with them, and they were just going like that, just bobbing their head, and I turned it up, and I was like, yeah, let's go, and the dad just like gave me a death stare. He was pissed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because it was cursing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
But it was
So it was his
still
2
funny.
kids in the back that were dancing.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've had that happen to me too, where I'm like playing music and I don't realize where I am.
Yeah.
And then like I did it the other day though. Like there were kids next to my car, and I was like pulling out, and I had music on,
Yeah.
and so I turned it down because I was like, the youths don't need to hear that.
Yeah.
The youths. That's from New Girl. When Schmidt, if anybody has seen the show New Girl, when Schmidt like and Winston go and like they're like trying to go get him crack in LA, and he's talking about the street
that
youths.
episode.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, yes.
It's because
I do remember that now.
Schmidt is like, you don't have any black friends. Like, we need to show you a good
Yes,
time.
and,
they,
he,
like,
and he
they
asked a
get-
random person for crack.
And they go over, they ask a random person for crack, and they think that he's robbing them for the crack. But like, yeah, it's
and
funny.
Winston was like playing along with it, and then once he thought
they-
it was getting out of
yeah.
hand, he's like, "All right, this is not good."
Yeah, that's a funny show, Preston.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever
I
You
seen
gotta
it.
get
I've-
into
I've
that.
never
I
gotten
don't
into
watch
it.
TV. I don't watch TV, but I watch New Girl.
And that's kind of like that's not really a show that guys in their 20s would watch, right?
No,
But
no.
I don't care. It's
I feel like
funny.
it's not. It's definitely not that kind of show, but it's definitely hilarious.
It is.
No, it is
I
funny
enjoy
though.
it.
Whenever y'all would watch it, I would always laugh during it.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
it's also a show where you don't really need to know the plot.
I've
Yeah.
also never gotten into The Office, which is a big thing. 'cause
You have to have a certain sense of humor. I
The
thought
Office is a
actually think it's
completely
funny,
different
but
sense of humor.
It's so long.
Well, I feel
Well-
like every episode with The Office feels pretty drawn out.
it's very
Does
dry.
that make sense?
Yeah.
Because nothing can happen in an Office episode, but everything could happen in an Office episode. It's not
that's the beauty
There's
of
some
it.
of them that are like. Are there some of them like really boring?
not
I
boring.
wouldn't
They
say
just
any
like
are
there's some
boring.
of them they don't leave the setting of The Office at all for the entire episode because they don't need to.
But it's
And
just-
sometimes those are the best episodes.
yeah, like the Office Olympic. Well, I guess there's certain characters that do leave in their
Yeah.
scenes, but like, I don't know, man. That's my favorite
See,
show.
I've just
What's
got-
your favorite scene from The Office?
Definitely, the fire drill scene.
Yeah,
That's a good
that
one.
one's funny.
I've
Yeah.
seen that.
The CPR scene though when he puts on
CPR is funny too.
that one's
I think
hilarious.
the one I've seen that I thought was the funniest is the Asian gym.
Asian Jim. Yeah.
That was just
that
like
one's
a
funny.
little yeah.
You know what's
That
funny?
wasn't
There's
as long of a scene, but it was funny, dude.
fuck Peacock. I want to say that now because there used to be tons of deleted scenes on YouTube,
Really?
and once Peacock bought The Office, all of those got
Because they were
deleted.
First of
posted
all,
by
why did
Netflix.
it?
Yeah.
First of all,
Yeah.
why did
They-
they call it Peacock?
Yeah, Peacock is. I don't know
because
who
it's
thought of that.
I think it's owned by NBC.
I know, but what
And
does
so-
that? What does that mean?
Well,
but just
so
the
you know
just
their
the word
logo?
just
The
the word
NBC logo
Peacock
is
is.
a
Oh, that's why they
The
call it
NBC
Peacock.
logo is
because
a
the
peacock.
logo looks like a peacock's
just-
No, it
tail.
is a peacock's tail. Like that is the NBC logo.
Really?
Yeah, it's what it's supposed to be. Yeah.
But
I
who
didn't know
came up
that.
with the word peacock? Like, why do you use that to describe an animal?
Also
I
hate
think
that they-
peacock was made before the word cock.
No, I think they made it for the Olympics, didn't they?
Peacock
Made
was
what?
not made for the Olympics.
I've
They
never
just
heard
have
of
talking
it
about
before
the
that.
word.
Peacock streaming
Like,
service
just
has
straight
been
up the
around for a
word
while.
peacock.
Like who looked at that animal and was like, yeah, peacock. That's perfect.
And the reason why that NBC is originally where The Office aired, so that's why Peacock
Yeah.
wanted to buy it.
Yeah.
But
Friends-
Peacock is owned by NBC.
I
Mhm.
think Friends is better than The Office, but
See,
that's
I
only
haven't-
because I haven't really watched
Friends,
The
I
Office
think,
as
is
much.
You can't say that because you haven't watched
I
The
know.
Office. I can't
That's what I'm
say that The
saying.
Office is better because I haven't seen Friends.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all
That's
know
what
an
I'm trying
old
to
TV
say.
show that's good too. Have you seen Seinfeld ever?
I haven't, but
seen the whole
I will
thing.
start watching that because
Dude,
I've
that show,
heard
I
lots of good
swear,
things about it.
they don't use that dirty of humor. They
Mhm.
don't use like
I've heard that it's
cuss
really
words.
funny. My
Mhm.
parents say it's like one of their
It's-
favorite shows.
it's timeless.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand how I can watch a sitcom from the 80s, like
Mhm.
late 80s, early 90s, and be able to like find it
Mhm.
funny. But it is hilarious.
That 70s
also-
show also. Is
Yeah.
really good.
That one's good, but that was
I-
made in like the early
90s.
2000s.
Well, I think late 90s is when it started. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe. Also, have you seen Curb Your Enthusiasm? It's the same. So like Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld wrote Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Larry David writes Curb Your Enthusiasm, and he stars in it,
Mhm.
and it's kind of like about his life, but it's the humor in it is just very it's very like he puts himself down a lot. It's like situational humor too, where it's like just an insane situation that like wouldn't happen to anybody, but just like the situational humor in it is funny, and it goes even like deeper than The Office in that aspect of dry humor.
Yeah.
It's not.
What? Okay.
It
I
also doesn't have a laugh track on it.
I have another
which-
question. So, like, what do you think of now Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus? Like, all the shows that are like big now are all, like Netflix shows or like Disney Plus shows. Like, they don't have any like
Yo, when's the last time you sat down and turned on the TV to ABC? to watch a
exactly like
show?
streaming is like
oh no.
the
I don't
world
watch
now.
cable. I don't remember the last
the
time.
only time I've ever watched cable is like sports.
Yeah,
even-
it's gonna. It's. I mean, it's not gonna be.
I mean,
a
or the
thing in a few
news.
years.
Think
If I
about-
even watch the news.
Think about All American, for example, on
Mhm.
Netflix.
Nobody
right?
watches it when it's on the CW.
But it's
They
on
all
CW,
wait for
right?
the Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody just waits for Netflix.
Everyone just
Yeah.
waits. Well, also the good thing is they release all the episodes at once.
Mhm.
You don't have to wait.
Yeah.
I just don't want there to become a time when NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox stop producing shows because of the fact that I think that we need the competition and diversity to, because they still produce shows. Netflix produces their own shows.
I don't think they'll stop the
Hulu
live
produces-
television.
I think it might in the next 10 to 20
Maybe.
years we'll get to a point where it'll just be a bunch of separate streaming services.
Because now they're taking shows like The Office or Friends or whatever, Seinfeld, and they're like buying them out to put them on the other platforms too.
yeah.
So it's like they still play them on, like, they still play Friends like on on cable, but they're like really late or at random times. But nobody watches that. They're just gonna go to, HBO Max and watch the Friends now, or they're gonna go to whatever The Office is on Hulu.
I think it's on Peacock, but
Or Peacock, whatever.
The best memories of like my childhood were honestly like sitting in this room late at night and like Nick at Night being on.
Yeah.
Like George Lopez. Like, dude, I would fall asleep on this couch and then wake up and George Lopez would be on.
See, and even now, Disney like, that's what Disney Plus is now. They don't have Disney Channel really anymore.
Do you think kids still watch like Disney Channel and Nick?
No,
they
kids
probably
watch
just
fucking cartoon like those Peppa the Pig and
those are on
bullshit.
streaming services too.
I know.
Probably.
So because that's what their parents want. They want them to just keep playing over and over episodes for hours, so the kids will stay there and watch it.
So do you think like sports games and stuff like that won't be live anymore? Well, they'll be live, but not
live
on cable. They'll just be on like a streaming
ESPN's
service.
doing that now.
Yeah,
Again,
that's true.
I don't think like ABC, Fox, NBC, CBS, those are too big to like disrupt.
Well, the thing is,
but here's
you
what
can
I do
travel
think.
with it. Like, you can take a Fire Stick or an Apple TV and travel, and then take it with you. You don't have to pay for cable.
But what I do think is like
you can take it anywhere in the world.
Is like, Travel Network or like Food Network or HGTV or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think those are going to be around in
They
20
do
years.
that. They have streaming services.
I don't think. Yeah, I know. I don't think they'll be around. There just won't be like a cable service for it. Like ESPN, I think they're gonna go all to like watch ESPN. Basically.
Well, you have to have cable to watch that.
But I think they're gonna make it to where you can pay for ESPN once
you
they
have to
get
have
out
some
of.
sort of prescription. Like, I logged into the DirecTV to be able to watch it on ESPN.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the cable companies are too big now.
Maybe I think the live TV and cable will stay the same, because people that watch ESPN on like the apps still have to log into their cable. Like, you still have to have cable to watch that. But the thing is, you can take that anywhere in the world.
Well, maybe eventually you won't even need to do that.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. Is I don't think it will be these big cable boxes anymore for like.
It's gonna turn into like all those
for like 20 years.
All those Rokus and Fire Sticks you can buy. People are just gonna have those.
Yeah. Think about this though. What if TV manufacturers, Samsung, Sony, they team up with cable companies now? So you buy a Sony TV, but it comes with Spectrum or it comes with Verizon, and it's just in the TV.
Yeah, but
and
if those
if
those are gone, then there's no point.
And then with the plan, you can like add Netflix, add Hulu, add.
Is that not what Roku TV is?
TVs come with Netflix already if you buy a smart TV.
I know, but I'm saying like Spectrum will team up with Netflix and Sony, for example, okay? And then Samsung would team up with Hulu and Verizon, okay? And so you buy a Samsung TV, you get like for $30, $40 a month, you get Hulu plus cable TV, which is Verizon. And if you buy a Sony TV, you get, Spectrum plus Netflix for $40 a month or whatever,
Instead of having an individual membership for each streaming service,
is what I'm saying.
Oh.
Instead of having
so
a cable
it makes it
box.
more like competitive.
I think it would make it competitive with streaming services. I think people were tired of paying $200 a month for cable and barely using it, and having like the big boxes and a million channels to choose from.
Mm-hmm. Like Disney Plus, you just have to buy a subscription for Disney Plus. You don't even have to have cable.
Yeah.
Which I think is what y'all are saying it's going to turn into.
Yeah.
Like, why would you pay, why would you go to buy movies if you could just pay $13 a month to have everything with it?
Well, that's why Blockbuster went out of business.
Yeah, because of Netflix.
Yeah.
They had a chance to buy Netflix, too.
Because Netflix was Blockbuster. Like, you could go online and, buy it, right? And then they turned it into streaming.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, y'all want to wrap this one up?
Yeah, how long?
Yeah, we're at 45 minutes.
I think that's good.
Pretty good episode. All right, well, thanks for tuning in. This is our 9th episode of the Foers podcast. We are getting close to being back at school. We're going to have a way better setup, hopefully.
Exciting things.
And we'll be back soon. Thanks for watching, guys.
Peace
out.